Alright, this is going to be my tutorial for my method of Junge Rollers skip. I recommend watching Whip CPL's tutorial first before watching this, trying his method, and if you have issues, then trying my method that I'll show off in this video, or just seeing what it's like to compare and figure out what's easier for you. I will still explain the general stuff of the skip in case you do just watch this one and not Whip's. So you do want invincibility to do this skip. You can do it without it, but it's a few seconds slower. It is faster in Insanity Beach to get invincibility for the box bridge because you can just walk across it. It's faster by like a second, so naturally you will have two masks entering this level, but there is a mask at the start in case you need it for some reason. So you want to get this invincibility, and then go over to where the area we do the skip is. Now, I haven't seen Whip's tutorial in forever, but I know he explains a sort of visual cue here. With my method, you don't need any visual cue at all. You just go on the left side, and what we want to do is we want to jump into the top box on the left column on the wall of boxes, and that will break the top one, and then we'll bounce off the second one and land on this beam that's in this tower, cave, or whatever you want to call it. You make sure that you walk close enough to the checkpoint where the invincibility hitbox breaks it, of course. So yeah, like this. And what you want to do is you want to be in the corner. If you want, you can hold a diagonal into the corner to make sure you're in there. Now, before you do anything else, you want to not be pressing anything, and then you want to hold a diagonal and jump to the bouncy crate. The bouncy crate, you can't see it right now because the camera doesn't follow you without the green gem that you're supposed to have. If you jump diagonally, you will reach the bouncy crate. By the way, I do recommend practicing this on a fresh save file and not a saved 100% file because the green gem might get in the way. But you can also use it to bring the camera up and get an idea of what this area looks like. It may help you. So yeah, maybe do a bit of both actually. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're up here, we're held in the corner, we're not in the middle or anything. Again, this is different than Whip's method. We're going to jump diagonally to the bouncy crate, but we're going to let go of the diagonal a little bit before we actually reach it, or as we're bouncing on it. The timing can vary a bit, it's not too strict. And then we're going to do certain movements in the air to be able to break the 3 life crates that are up there. Now I have another video that I'll link below that shows the movement you need to do in the air with your thumb on the D-pad to be able to break all 3 boxes. You need a rhythm that's at the appropriate speed to be able to break them all. Because if you do it too slow, then Crash will be falling and you won't be able to break the rightmost life crate. So again, I'll go over it again. I'm in the corner right now. I jumped off the second crate in the left column because the top one breaks automatically pretty much. I'm held in the corner holding a diagonal, but before I do a diagonal jump, I'm neutral up here. I'm going to do a diagonal jump down right to the bouncy crate, and slightly before I land, or as you're landing, the timing can vary again, I'm going to do a sort of circle with the D-pad that's going clockwise, and again I'll show what that looks like in a video in the description of this video. And then you should have broken all 3 of them. So let's try it. I'm here in the corner. You can actually see Crash's shadow, and bam, I got all 3. You'll know if you got all of them if, once you get through this area, I don't get to show it very well because I was just like showing it off practicing, and also this isn't like what it would look like in a run, but if you have 9 lives and a relatively high Wumpa count like this, or 10 lives, then that means you got all 3. But you can also see like the 3 of them going past, but with them blinking and the lag, it can be a bit difficult to tell. But yeah, you'll get the final answer on whether you got them all at the end of the level. Now, the way I explained to do that is a slow way to do it. It's totally acceptable for like pretty much everyone, and it doesn't really matter for Great Gate Cycles most of the time. But if you do it fast enough, and like the things you can do to make it faster are spending less time making sure you're in the corner. Like you just get up there and you just bam, you immediately like jump to the metal crate, and you hold X for as little as possible in the air, with the risk of missing one of the life crates. If you do that fast enough and you get down here, when you break these boxes fast, you can have it so you can go to the right of these rollers. Most people, like your average runner, will go to the left. If you're decently fast, they'll go through the middle and boost through with the invincibility. But if you did the skip super fast and did everything really well, you can actually go to the right here. And pretty much every time you go on the right, you'll kill one last skunk here, and it will blow up the TNTs. It'll snipe into it. It doesn't really matter, because you pretty much do the same thing. You can just do this. It doesn't really matter much, but it's just kind of a sign that you know how to do your JR skip really fast.